Hello everyone, and welcome to another part of Let's Play Somme Trench. Last time we arrived to Alfapiomega with our unit, and today we are hopefully going to get a bit deeper in the story. Now, so far I haven't been really doing all that well with the fighter stuff, but we will see how that develops over this chapter. So without further ado, let's continue. Finally, the train stops. As if you needed any reminders, the train's arrival at Alfapiomega proves that being in the military isn't the same as civilian life. You were expecting to pull up to some pleasant station where you would be able to calmly walk off onto a platform. Instead, your carriage reaches a siding just outside town. There you, along with at least 1,000 other young soldiers, noisily hop off the cars and into the adjoining field, which is now a cacophony of mustering soldiers. As you left the train, you caught sight of Perkins hurriedly joining his men. "He's not going with you. I was late getting back to France," he told you, "and only just made this train. That's why I was traveling with you at all. Hopefully, though, we'll see each other again. It would mean we're still alive. Until then," you say, and you wish each other luck. You're quickly drilled into formation for a quick welcome by the battalion commander. You are with B Company of the Durham Light Infantry, 12th Battalion, 68th Brigade, assigned for the duration of the war to General Robinson's 4th Army on the Western Front under the overall command of British Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig. None of those later designations or names mean much of anything to you. For the moment, your world consists of the 200 other men in your company and, to a lesser extent, the 600 or so men in the other 3 companies of your battalion. After that, it gets too big to fully comprehend. You are going to spend the next month or so going through final preparations for battle. You do not know precisely when or where such battle will commence, but commence it shall. Now that you are at the front, it is merely a matter of time. The French and Germans have been furiously bloodying one another at Verdun, not far from here, and the British Army will not be able to sit idly by too much longer, especially when there are German armies ominously digging in just over the hills to the north and east. Artillery is being brought in, airplane squadrons are being created, and regiments are being placed up and down the line, all in preparation for an assault of some kind. While you wait for this to happen, you will have the chance to refine your training, to get to know your officers and your fellow Tommies a little better, and perhaps to be selected for a specialty position. These things will all help define what type of soldier you are when the Somme offensive finally begins. Oh my god, this is going to be awful. Before long, the B Company is assembled, and facing its captain, a kindly-looking man you have never met. He is about to speak when a squadron of British fighter bombers passes by overhead, their noisy propeller engines drowning out everything the loudest speaking voice. "I'd love to get up on one of those," the man next to you says as the flyers finally drift away, "but I'm no pilot and they say my eyes aren't good enough to be a machine gunner or observer." You respond with some self-depreciating humor. "But you see well enough to carry a rifle in the trenches, you foot slugger." From here the men start discussing poor vision among the troops, with a consensus that vision impairment and officers' ranks are directly correlated. Finally, a sergeant's sharp whistle puts an end to it. So the men instead start whispering about the captain standing before you. You know nothing about him, but notice that you're mustered near some soldiers who probably do. You whisper over to ask what their take is on the old man. No, I stand attention and keep my mouth shut. Yes, let's find out whatever we can. Well, let's find out. One of your mates fills you in. Word on the train is he's a bookseller, your friend whispers, likes to read, thinks this is all one big Shakespearean drama. Maybe he thinks he's King Henry himself, another one whispers back, which is a fair point, since you are in France after all, and everyone has a quick laugh before Private Cook, the one who laughed about your hair on the train, tells you all to hush up. This chastisement alerts a sergeant, who whose icy stare puts an end to it. The talk of Shakespeare immediately sends your mind wandering back to school. You can see yourself standing in front of a class, vainly trying to recite some verse of Macbeth or Othello, while your dear teacher, Miss Pettigrew, watches disapprovingly. Oh, here's one Harry Potter reference. You never quite got that playwright's appeal, and for the moment you're worried, of all things, that this captain is going to make you recite Shakespeare to an audience again. The Pettigrew might be a fairly common name, I don't really know, to be honest. Not to worry, you'll just have to listen to someone else channel the bard. Your captain soon winds up his speech. Men, the bookseller/soldier admonishes, we must gird ourselves for the coming battle. It will not be easy. It will not be clean. Yes, if we do our utmost and fight with honor and commitment for one another and for England, we shall achieve a great victory. The enemy is vicious but uncouth. He may take individual lives, but he cannot kill us. He cannot kill our spirit. He cannot kill our devotion. He most certainly cannot kill our superiority. We shall hit him with everything we have, and we shall break him. We shall break his body, his mind, and his will to fight. I need each of you to do his best. For if that happens, then I guarantee we will send the Hun reeling back to Prussia, and we will be celebrated as the heroes that brought this cataclysmic war to a close. We shall be regaled as the victors of the most splendid triumph ever known to humanity in the war to end all wars. I wonder what Perkins would make of that, you think to yourself, while your recent conversation on the train flashes through your mind. You start to look around and notice the men are excited. They've taken this speech to heart. A second lieutenant steps forward and shouts, 3 cheers for England! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip 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 hooray! The men dutifully follows along. You're all celebrating, well, something exactly, and it makes for an oddly joyous scene. How many of these happy men will still be happy a month from now? The captain steps down from his soapbox looking like he just won a close vote at Westminster. If only. For you, the speech's end means some parade drilling and then a march to your billets. You're spending the night in flimsy sheds hastily constructed in a field not far from town. Behind you, to your west, the town of Albert sleeps. In front of you, the land rolls gently downwards for half a mile or so, before rising again in the distance to a small ridge. A few wooded areas break up the agricultural scene. There's not much else out there, you think, before you immediately realize that the German army is out there, waiting for you. You can actually make out some of their positions, because where they have dug at the earth, a whitish, chalky soil is exposed. It's unnerving. Time to get to it is the next chapter. So let's see it.